Satin plebs, we're out here. Sorry for like, I've got kind of like a little bit of shaky cam. I forgot the adapter on my tripod, so I just kind of like have to use my arm like held up against this thing. So yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, we've got a new card announced, and it's called Lullaby of Obedience. So what you can do is you can pay 2,000 life points, declare a card name, and then you can special summon that card out of your opponent's deck to your side of the field, ignoring its summoning conditions, or you can add it to your hand. Now, there's some like issues that some people have had with like translations and transliterations. A lot of people would say like, oh, your opponent decides whether or not you special summon or add it to your hand. That's not actually true. You, as the player who activates Lullaby of Obedience, decides whether or not you special summon that card or add it to your hand. It's very simple to think about. Like, it's just very easy practical applications for that. Let's say I activate this card, you know, I declare Soul Charge from my opponent's deck, right? So they have a Soul Charge, and then they go, okay, here you go, add it to, like, special summon it as a monster, right? Instead of adding it to your hand. Does that make sense to you? Of course it doesn't fucking make sense, right? You can't special summon Soul Charge. Maybe at table 500 you can. I've been there before. I know what goes down there. Maybe you can special summon Soul Charge, I'm not sure. But let's be real here. You know, in terms of like the actual mechanics of the card, like you can't, like you as the turn player will be able to choose what you do with that card. So, that's technicalities and mechanics out of the way. So let's discuss what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Why? Like, anything that involves your opponent's deck is like a bit of a slippery slope in my books. When you start ignoring summoning conditions, that becomes really broken. When you start special summoning things out of the deck and ignoring the summoning condition, that's really fucking like messed up, okay? 2,000 life points is nothing. Like, that thing should have been at least like 3,000, you know. I wouldn't even say pay half, because pay half means you can top deck this shit. But yeah, there's so many, like, it's hard to think about this card just in like the where it's going to be in the future when it's actually released in the game. Like, all we can really go by is what we have now, because obviously we can't really tell like what the meta is going to be like when this thing is finally drops and is legal. We can only apply it to where it is now, and we can kind of decide on practical applications of how this thing is going to work. Now, I wouldn't say it's like well, I mean, it's not. It's you can't really say this is a staple 3 of like main deck thing, because like, what do you start declaring? Like, let's say you draw this, you don't know what your opponent's playing. Like, do you just go like, okay, activate, pay 2,000, declare max C, you know, hope they have a hand trap? You know, people would probably adapt to that and not play hand traps because of the fact that people just start nabbing fucking max C's at their main deck, you know. It's hard to like tell what it's going to be useful for game 1 going first. Obviously pretty decent going second. Shoutouts to Train. But yeah, but other than that, like, you know, that's like the only problem I can see with the card. Its other applications, of course, is the fact that fucking mirror matches become aids, you know. Like, like I said, I can't tell you what decks are going to be relevant in the future, but for now, if this card came out tomorrow, for example, hypothetically, like, let's say I'm playing Cosmo Mirror Match, let me just fucking go first turn, let me steal your island, let me steal your Cosmo Town, let me steal your Dart Destroyer, one of my combo pieces that I need to make a nuts board, let me steal your Cosmo Jewel, let me, like, fucking, you know, if you've passed turn, let me just, like, steal your Farm Girl to get a search and stuff like that. Card is nuts, or like E-Telly rather. You know, like there's so many dumb things that this card can like enable in mirror matches. Monarchs probably have some dumb shit as well. Like, oh god, I can't really think. Like, just adding like really important cards from your opponent's deck to your hand is like nuts, you know. And depending on what deck you're playing against, you can do crazy things again. I mean, this is probably a bad example because Mermails kind of suck right now. But like, let's say if I'm playing against Mermails, I can just like, okay, activate this card, special summon Mulan Glacier out your fucking deck, discard your hand, like. What the hell? What the hell? You know, and that's just one example of why this card is a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. It's going to have some kind of crazy application that for at least right now, I can't think of it. But there's going to be dumb things this card is going to enable. So that's my thoughts on Lullaby of Obedience. Fuck me, yeah. But I want to know what you think. Do you think this card's good or healthy for the game, or what kind of... I want to know what kind of combos you guys have got, right? I want to know what kind of fucking ideas you guys have got going in your head, because I would love to know what kind of shit you guys are coming up with, because I read this card, I'm not very creative, I think, and not very innovative, so like I don't really know like what would make this thing funny. But I mean, you guys, like, feel free to tell me. You know, like, I know some of you guys in the comment section will give me some crazy fucking ideas. So please, like, I want to know what they are. If someone gives me the funniest idea ever, I'll shout you out in like my next video, just because I know there will be someone who makes a fucking hilarious combo with this thing, right? So yeah, let me know about that. If you've watched this far in my video, give me hashtag lullaby in the description. So hashtag lullaby if you've watched this far. And yeah, as I said, let me know what crazy combo you can think of with this card. But like I said, my final conclusion in terms of its meta application is the fact that it's going to be good, and it's going to have a very, very AIDS application in mirror matches, I think. And I don't like this card for that. It's not even just mirror matches. It's gonna have so many AIDS applications in many instances. It's probably gonna suck against some decks. It's probably gonna be broken against others. You know, special majesties out your opponent's deck without fucking like ignoring its summoning conditions. Like, yeah. But yeah, sorry for the shaky cam, guys. Don't worry, my video quality will improve for the next one. This is, like I said, I forgot my tripod adapter thing, so yeah, let me know what you think down below. Tell me some of the fucking crazy comments. I cannot wait to read these. Please, please, I can't wait to read these. But yeah, thanks everyone. And yeah, I'll see you next time.